We come to you from Phoenix, Arizona to spotlight the Antelopes' incredible year when they took home the Division II Directors Cup as a top athletics program in the entire nation. We'll stay in the desert with soccer highlights between Dixie State and Point Loma before heading to the Bay Area to meet some of the friendly faces at Dominican and Notre Dame de Namur. Welcome to the newest edition of PacWest Magazine. We're here on the campus of Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. So let's get this show started with a story about the Antelopes.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics. Presented by the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics, along with USA Today. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned award recognizing all-around excellence in collegiate competition since 1993. Each sport equal in weight. Both men's and women's sports included. No tiers. Each division accounted for. 18 years strong.
The Learfield Cup in 2011-12 was an amazing experience for us. It wasn't too long ago that we weren't that competitive across the board. And things emerged over the course of the last 2 years that allowed us to have a wide range of sports that were competitive on the regional and national level. And, it came together so quickly, it almost surprised us a little bit. But those kind of surprises are very, very nice.
Grand Canyon took the title of the top athletics program in NCAA Division II by earning points in the maximum 7 men's and 7 women's sports that reached the NCAA Division II postseason, highlighted by the national championship for the men's indoor track and third-place finishes in wrestling and women's golf. The men's track crown, achieved in only the program's second year of existence, was the school's second national championship in Division II. The first was in men's soccer in 1996.
Very blessed. Just in our second year of existence, 2 years ago, just had a vision. Had nobody or nobodies when we first started here. So to do what we did in 2 years, just with the right kids, the right work ethic, and the right attitude, we're just very, very, very fortunate, very blessed to have pulled off the men's indoor championship last year.
Track and field also becomes an official PacWest sport this year.
For everybody, there's more opportunity for other athletes to feel like they're contributing to the success of our program. We took 8 men to the indoor national championships and won with that. So like to think we could take almost 40 individuals to the conference championship. So it just allows a lot more athletes to feel like they're really supporting and really making a difference in helping us win a conference championship, but we hope on the men and women's side this year.
In an ironic twist, the NAIA Directors Cup went to Azusa Pacific, now a member of the PacWest and NCAA Division II. The PacWest could very well be the only conference to ever boast 2 Directors Cups at the same time.
People look at the dominant sports in your athletic programs as being the team sports, the basketball, the baseball, softball, soccer, and those types of things. And really the root of our success over the course of the last few years has been those so-called Olympic sports, the swimming, track and field, wrestling, tennis, golf. Those sports were really the anchors for us over the course of that year. And had very, very great finishes. The track and field team in the indoor for the men winning a national championship in only their second year of existence, and then placing well at both the indoor and outdoor for women and the outdoor for men, placed in the top 10 as well. And golf and tennis teams coming on very, very strong. And really, I think more than anything, it was a culmination of the across-the-board success, where we had a lot of teams that were just making it into region play and then advancing a little bit further as we go. So what it's done for us right now is that it has set a level of expectation that our student athletes want to support. And so you can hear them talking about it now, is that, hey, we have to do our part this year. We have to come back and kind of validate what happened last year so that we show well, this wasn't just a fluke year for the university. And so the student athletes are taking pride in the success and the work ethic that goes into that success. And that, to us, is the very exciting part.
Congratulations to Grand Canyon University. Out of 300 athletics programs around the country in NCAA Division II, they stand alone at the top, bringing even more pride to the PacWest.
I chose Division II because athletes graduate at a higher rate.
I can stay closer to home and be an important part of the community.
I chose Division II because I can double major.
And take part in campus activities.
I chose Division II because classrooms are smaller.
Students have more time with their instructors.
And I can compete for a national championship.
I chose Division II for all these reasons and more.
I chose Division II.
When you look at your future, what do you see? Accomplishment? Skills put to good use? Opportunities? Be your own success story with a graduate degree from Hawaii Pacific University. Hawaii Pacific University. Get where you want to go.
I'm PacWest Commissioner Bob Hogue. It turns out that Notre Dame de Namur University, along with being one of the oldest universities in the West, is also the oldest school in the PacWest in the Bay Area. It's definitely a long way from the islands to the Notre Dame de Namur University campus in Belmont, California. But former Hawaii high school athletes Sharol-Mae Kahawaii of Kahuku and Micah Dunhour of Academy of the Pacific in Honolulu, by way of the Big Island, have found the journey much to their liking. Dunhour is a sophomore guard on the Argonauts men's basketball team. Kahawaii just finished her senior year as a libero for NDNU's women's volleyball squad. Both talked about their respective journeys from Hawaii to the Bay Area and why they have fallen in love with Notre Dame's small and quiet campus.
So I came here with an open mind. I just wanted to play at collegiate level, and I kind of made my decision last minute to come here. And then when I first came here, I just enjoyed it.
Well, the student life and leadership actually does a great job getting to your freshman year to get you to know everybody in your same class, which really helped me. And from there, it just went on. Everybody's really like welcoming and friendly and just open, so that helps.
When it's dark out here, I can't just go like on a bike ride whenever I want to. Like La'e is really small, so we were able to just like maybe take our bikes to the beach. The beach is too far from here. We can take our bikes and hang out at the shopping center. Things close at 9 here. So it's different, but in the same way I get that small town feeling here.
I like Belmont a lot because it's nice and quiet. The weather's actually really nice. It gets a little cold sometimes, but I'm used to it now. And the school is really great. Actually reminds me of AOP a lot. It's a lot bigger, but you get to know everybody.
For Dunhour, a 6'6" sophomore who is playing for another former Hawaii star athlete in NDNU head coach George Puo, the future on the court is right now. He hopes to make a big difference for the Argos as they try to reach the field of the first PacWest basketball tournament this next spring.
I feel like I got a lot of experience last year, and that's helped transition to this year. I know a lot more, and I'm actually really used to the level of play, and so I feel like I can help us become a more winning team and get us further than we were in the previous years. I picked Notre Dame de Namur because I wanted to go home. I wanted to get away, but I wanted to also go home and play for my family. And also with George being a Hawaii native, that helps a lot too. I felt that we could relate on different levels, being from the same area. I like working with computers and video and cameras and just all that kind of, the technology kind of thing. That's really attracted me to it.
You like this camera that we have here?
Yeah.
Here, you guys switch. Gonna have
in front of the camera.
There you go.
Get down, get lower again. Okay, so here's the headphones, and I want you to take over. I've already called the union, it's fine. You have a college exemption. And now universities are designed you can actually go out and get work instead of aimlessly wander until you find your passion.
How's Micah look behind the camera there? You're looking at him. What do you think? How's Micah look?
And we'll probably shoot video of him working behind the scenes while we are working in front of the scenes. So that is the Micah. I think we can get both of us in there. Way to go, dude.
This is the senior year for Kahawaii, who grew up in Laie and who has had her sights set on a career for quite a while.
You're in California, you're in Utah, you're in Arizona. I really like the traveling. I have to say, I've liked the places we've been so far in the PacWest.
And you get to go home to Hawaii.
I get to go home, so that's a plus side. I get to go home, I get to see my family, and I basically get to play for them. Just the town of Laie, it's such a beautiful place. I live right near the Mormon temple, and it's just nice to be able to walk down the street when you're having a bad day, and you just go and you sit on temple grounds and you feel so good, you feel the spirit. And the town in general is just loving. I'm related to more than half of the town, so I've just been inspired. My niece is the first of our family to be born with a hearing impairment. So I decided to go into it after we figured out she was definitely 75% deaf in both ears. So it's been a learning experience for me. I was a bio major, now comm major. So I'm just hoping to take what I learned here and take it to the field and be able to learn all I can so that I can teach those children what I've been taught here. I'm hoping to travel with it. So I want to be a traveling doctor. So I want to be able to help people in Hawaii, yes. I would base, I guess, my office out of there. I'm hoping to open my own practice and stuff, but I want to be able to travel. That's one of my lifelong dreams, is to travel helping those kids that are hearing impaired.
From the islands of Hawaii to the San Francisco Bay Peninsula, these island athletes at Notre Dame de Namur University are finding a bright future in the PacWest.
Now, that tells us what this school is being built for which it's being built. And from this school, I'll tell you,
from this school
will go men and women.
Will go men and women.
Whose influence would be felt.
Whose influence will be felt.
For good.
For good towards the establishment.
Towards the establishment.
Of Peace International.
Of peace.
Of peace. Of peace.
Of Peace International.
Founded in 1868, Holy Names University has grown from humble beginnings on the shores of Lake Merritt to a thriving comprehensive university in the Oakland Hills overlooking San Francisco Bay. Holy Names is committed to the full development of each student, empowering a diverse student body for leadership and service in a global society.
What we do at Holy Names University is to bring together athletics and academics so we can produce scholar athletes in a perfect setting. We prepare student athletes and all our students to be global leaders in a very diverse society. And that's why we think there's a perfect match between Holy Names University and the NCAA. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to PacWest Magazine from the campus of Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. Now let's go check out this feature story from around the PacWest.
The excitement of spreading the word about PacWest sports is all around in San Rafael, California these days. Among the most excited about Dominican University of California's brand new soccer and lacrosse field this year is the Penguins Sports Information Director, Brandon Davis. Davis, who grew up in the Bay Area in nearby Oakland, has become a staple on the sidelines for all Penguin sports the past few years.
I was doing it in high school. I was the assistant to the athletic director back then in high school, and then when I came to Dominican, I asked about helping out as a work study student. And from there, got involved in the program, got to be the team manager for men's basketball, traveled with them, and that's pretty much what I knew. I think it's being involved in athletics, not playing, but still being able to be involved. Obviously, you're going to have a longer career doing something other than playing. So for me, I was always pretty small growing up, and we were a really good basketball team in high school. So being able to stay involved and be close to the team was something I wanted to do, and I was able to do it in college and now as a professional.
This past summer, Brandon was honored for his hard work in his field, as his colleagues named him the PacWest Sports Information Director of the Year.
That's a big honor, especially, it's a big conference. We had 10 schools last year, 14 this year. So there's a lot of good guys, a lot of hard workers in this conference, and it's just an honor to be named the top one for that year.
Please drive home safely. Have a great night. Good night.
It's different every day, which is part of the appeal of the job. I might be talking to the newspaper one day, pitching a story about a kid one day. When we don't have a game. When we have a game, it's worrying about game operations and everything that goes into that, whether it's ticketing, making sure we have staff, and every little thing, making sure we have ball shaggers and kids playing at halftime, the whole game day experience.
Davis is not only an expert in the field of sports information, but he is also Dominican's senior graphic designer. So check out his work on the Penguins website.
Nuri with a nice header high up in the air, right to Albertson. Has it again, chests it down, plays it in the middle to...
One of the ways the Penguins showcase their sports is by having some of their students broadcast their games. One of their up-and-coming student announcers is sophomore Jordan Smith, a communications major from Carmichael, California, who played soccer when he first came to Dominican, but then turned his attention to calling the games.
I started at Dominican last year as a freshman. I played for the team, and so I know the whole team. I'm good friends with all of them, and they're really a great bunch of guys. And I got to know their personalities and their soccer personalities too, how they play. And this year, since I'm not playing on the team, it's perfect for me as a communications major and as a sports communications major too, to broadcast a soccer. And soccer's never really had a broadcast ever at Dominican. I feel lucky to come in with some knowledge of the team, with some knowledge of the game, and just help them out in any way I can.
Being a former player himself has really helped young Smith's development, and he shows his passion and knowledge behind the microphone.
To Nuri Bonacosta, tries to play the through ball to Mendez, keeps the ball though, running down the right side of the field. There is Mendez with the running through ball down the middle. Tyler Walters there with the aggressive come out. Well, I actually just had my first play-by-play call yesterday, my very first one. So today was only my third soccer game that I have ever called, and it's really so much fun. It's good to know the game. I've grown up playing soccer my entire life. It's really good to know the game in that way. And for someone that knows the game, the first time I called it, it was very hard to get into the flow of the game. It's tough not to end up rambling about one player or just a couple players. I think it's really fun to call the games just because I get to watch soccer all day. What's wrong with that? There's really nothing wrong with that. Three-man ball by David Mendez, Nuri Bonacosta, and Pedro Guevara. Couldn't quite match it up. This is actually the reason I went to Dominican University. I came here because they have a sports communications program. And for me, my whole life has been sports throughout. And I've watched play-by-plays and radio commentators throughout my life. My favorites, or my favorite TV broadcasters, are Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper of the San Francisco Giants. Watching them, kind of learning from them and applying it to my own experiences, it's pretty lucky for me that I get to do that here at Dominican. Last half, I talked about the win. Really?
You can find the links to Smith's and other Penguin student announcers on the Dominican website. It shows that hard work and involvement by students like Jordan Smith and by up-and-coming professionals like Brandon Davis is all part of the growing excitement of following great sports action all around the PacWest.
Imagine collaborating with a diverse group of people from different backgrounds who all share common values. A place where giving back to the community is not only encouraged, but expected. Where your professor is not just a teacher, but a mentor. Imagine a place where individual leadership is prized. Imagine Chaminade University.
We exist in a place rich with promise, where ideas ignite the spirit of learning, where our trustworthy methods are validated by respected results. It's a place where we practice integrity and encourage the development of ethical perspectives, where creativity burns brightly and expressions of hearts, minds, and souls are nurtured, where we view challenges through the lens of opportunity and daily circumstances through the eyes of faith. It's where the potential for excellence has no limitations, and each new day begins with hope. Fresno Pacific University, empowering leaders, transforming lives.
Welcome back to PacWest Magazine. I'm Wayne Coito. Let's stay right here on campus of Dixie State in St. George, Utah for some highlights. On a very warm September day in St. George, Utah, Dixie State invited new conference member Point Loma to Hanson Stadium for a PacWest doubleheader. The first game of the day pitted the men's teams, two squads desperately looking for a win in a very crowded 2012 PacWest race. The two scrappy teams played to a scoreless first half, despite the Red Storm having a 9-2 shot advantage. In the 49th minute, Francisco Gary found Jordan Roylands on a breakaway goal from 10 yards out. It was Roylands' first goal of the season.
Francisco Gary just passed a good ball that went just like right through him, and I saw the defender right on me. He was coming, but I touched it right past him. I was a little bit faster, and the keep was off his line a little bit to the left, and it was just an easy goal. Just passed it right to the just right of him, and then my first shot that I got hit the pole, just unlucky, and then my PK that was probably my first PK I've ever missed, which I don't know. I just gotta move forward from it, I guess.
Dixie State seemed to be in control of the match until Gustavo Jimenez dribbled right and scored in the 71st minute from 12 yards out to tie the match at 1-1. The two squads were scoreless for the final 19 minutes to send the game into overtime. And in the extra period, Ryan Benavente found Tyler Albertson with a touch pass, and Albertson did the rest, putting the ball into the right-hand corner of the net for his first goal of the season and giving Dixie State the exciting 2-1 victory.
Oh, it's always a good feeling to get the team a win and get a goal. Nonetheless, game winner is a little bit better, but yeah, it felt really good. I just saw it coming. Our forward, Ryan, settled it down, and it just happened to be right timing. Yeah, every game we had has been tough. We've been unlucky this first few games, but in every game, and I love the competition personally. It's gonna boost our conference.
The second game, the Red Storm handed the Lady Sea Lions their first conference loss of the season with a pivotal victory in PacWest play. Kelsey Hansen's goal in the 67th minute would be the only scoring Dixie State would have on the day, but would secure the 1-0 decision for the home team. Hansen headed a shot over the top of the Sea Lions goalie Tiffany Tracy, and chased it down before putting it into the open net. It was her second goal of the season.
It was a team effort, I think, because we held them the entire time. We had the ball, like possession of the ball the entire time, and I think it was really great that we finally just was able to get one in as a team and to just finish this off.
Well, we had no idea what Point Loma was like. We haven't seen them before, and it's exciting. Actually, I think it's exciting to have our conference grow and to have new teams come in and make us better.
Yeah, I like it because then it's we have more teams to play and different competitions, so it's really nice.
I've felt from the beginning with this team they have the ability to play really well, and we're very young, but they're great players, and so I think they've developed some good chemistry and they've got great skills.
At California Baptist University, you'll find the adventurous opportunity of a lifetime to live your purpose. CBU offers an expansive range of undergraduate and graduate academic programs taught by award-winning instructors in state-of-the-art facilities.
I can still come back and see my professors, and they know me face to face. It's an amazing relationship that goes from Cal Baptist onto the future.
At CBU, campus life is unparalleled, featuring world-class athletics, fantastic food, lasting friendships, and life-changing ministries. CBU is not just an education, it's an experience. Why don't you join us at CBU? Live your purpose.
You.
You?
You? Yeah, no. How about you?
Mm-hmm. You in the white.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of PacWest Magazine from one of our 14 member schools, Grand Canyon University, here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. For Bob Hogue, I'm Wayne Coito. We'll see you next week on PacWest Magazine.